Hello everyone and welcome to my Ascension Messages. My name is Bobby and I will be your guide for today. Today I'm going to do some tarot and channeling, and it's going to be focusing on next year. So I've already got a couple of chats in the chat bar from Romali girl, so thank you. She says good morning to everyone here today. Huge thank you to all Soul Sister Bobby for bringing these beautiful messages. So yeah, very cool. Thank you. Hi Debbie, good to see you. Right, after this reading, general reading, I will open a chat bar up for free small readings for those in the chat bar, as I do every week. Yeah. And don't forget, I have a new channel called Codes to a New Reality, so go look that up. It's got some really beautiful messages there, and created in a film, a short film. They're only like 3 to 10 minutes long, so they don't take up too much of your time, but they're packed with power. They're packed with really awesome wisdom that my team brings through. Okay, and the next one for that one is going to be on the power of the masculine and the feminine, which brings in our soulmates. That's so cool. Hey Sky, good to see you all the way from New York. Sky and the team, or Sky mainly, brought me to New York in May this year, so we had a fabulous time. That was the other thing I was going to bring up before I actually started. I might have to bring it up on another thing because I completely lost track here. But yesterday I did a channeling on synchronicities. My team wanted me to talk about synchronicities. And the weirdest thing was during that I was talking about myself settling down again, because I'm house sitting at the moment. And I also channeled through that if you see your name, there's a calling and to step into your power. And straight after that reading, I had to Google where I was in this because I just moved into this new house sit. So I Googled the area. I don't know any of the area around here much. I know a couple of places, but they're just the main ones. And when I Googled the area, I couldn't believe it. I actually had it on my phone already, but it's back in the bedroom. It was actually, I'll see if I can find it and then make a little comment, actually have my name written the way that I write it, Bobbie, on the map. And I couldn't believe it. It said Bobby Settler, very close to settling. Settler or something like that. Reserve. So yeah. Anyways, and this is what happens. These synchronicities is literally our soul speaking to us and telling us, yes, you're on the right path. You're all good. As we are learning that we are creators of our own reality. So that was fun. Okay, one card's turned up. We are focusing, I want to focus on, actually I'm going to put that back because I wasn't really focusing. I want to focus on next year. I feel next year, before I even pull a card, is to do with brand new beginnings straight off the bat. There's going to be new ways of approaching life. There's going to be a lot of, when you start to recognize your soul as the director of your reality instead of somebody else outside of you, and you're starting to trust your feelings, you're trusting who you are, what makes you feel comfortable. You realize nobody else knows you better than you, and that your soul is your intuition or your passions, your desires, coming forth with living in the moment of how you actually live your life. They're showing me many possibilities of being able to get out of sort of sticky situations that are being pulled over you by your logical brain telling you that someone outside of you is more powerful than you. So there's going to be a lot of these different pathways opening up where you can see different possibilities to be able to navigate your way around difficult things. They also showed me on the whole of humanity, the worldwide kind of a thing. So I'll bring this up as well, although I was going to focus more on who was going to watch this and what's happening to you, which I will do. but there is a worldwide thing that was coming up of they were showing me quite as much as there was going to be this development of new businesses, new ways, new ideas, imaginings coming forth, no longer trapped within the confinements of the logical thinking that had happened or the limits that had happened in the past. All of that was going to expand, but then on the other side of the coin, those that were holding on to tooth and nail to the old paradigm were going to, they're showing me within their own contents, a whirl of tornadoes and earthquakes, the shaking up of their earth. They're showing me the rocking of the earth, that sort of thing. So there's going to be this natural, well, these disasters that come in. They're also showing me, weirdly enough, the fall of money or something happening with God, I don't even know it because I don't even follow these sort of things. Not currency. It's when you go in share marketing and stuff like that, share markets and stuff like that. A fall of that sort of a scenario could happen where people who are invested into businesses that were not conducive to the love frequency that's coming towards everyone now, and they have to find that love within themselves and figure out how to step forward with that when they are still hooked on to, I have to do this, otherwise I won't be seen as powerful, and so I would be mean to others or walk all over others to be able to get to the top of that pyramid kind of thing, are showing me that falling. So it's not just like a natural earthquake. They're showing me that businesses being rocked by because people are starting to pull their energy away as well. So it's kind of like a conducive thing where those that are awakening are pulling their energy away, and they're taking many more people with them, because it's a lot more lighter, it's a lot more fun, there's a lot more adventure over this side of the fence, so-called fence, where life feels freer. And they know that they have to do the shadow work to be able to follow those that have done the work themselves. So they're starting to do the tuning inwards, and with that tuning inwards, they pull their energy away from having to look a certain persona or look a certain way. So people within business sectors that are holding up these business franchises that are quite nasty to the rest of the world, they're starting to pull their energy away from that, and it's kind of crumbling something from they're showing me the bottom of the pyramid, and then people holding it up have always been holding it up, and if a whole clump of them in one corner falls, then obviously it tilts, and those that are trying to climb to the top are going to fall as well. So yeah, okay, so that's without the cards. Straight off channeling. So we're definitely going in for some movement, but for those that have done the work, lots of new beginnings coming your way, lots of advantages, because people are starting to look out for those that are true and authentic, and when they trip over people who are true and authentic, they will want to help them, and they will want to also kind of an energy exchange of, well, if you teach me how to do the shadow work or teach me how to look inwards and stop looking outwards, then I can help you, because I already had the money from from trying to get up the top of the pyramid. So there's kind of a shift in that respect where it's changing. They're showing me the whole of humanity's consciousness is shifting. Yeah. So we have the Six of Swords. We're on our way, is the words that's coming up with this. We're on our way. There's something about listening to our guidance system, listening to our soul's navigational path, moving over this ocean, so-called ocean, knowing when to hide knowing when to like go incognito when you're around specific people, and knowing when to take the cape off and shine your light brightly for others. So that's the message I'm getting there, that there is no wrong and right anymore. The wrong and right is falling away from our because in some situations, the right thing to do would be to go incognito. In some situations, the right thing to do would be to shine your light. And so you can't point your finger at somebody and say you did wrong, because you should have gone incognito when you were shining your light. And it's people trusting their own instincts now as we're moving across this plateau. These words are coming forth, so I'm definitely channeling through somebody that I don't use words like plateau and stuff like that. I think it means a flat. I'm getting the feeling of a flat land or something to start something new from, or travel over. Yeah, definitely new businesses coming forward, new ideas that you thought you knew the way that you were going to go by the end of 225, but in 226 you'll go, whoa, there's even more possibilities, because it's literally you going in alignment with that new business idea, and then more possibilities start to come up because new people come into your life with new ideas, and it just kind of shifts and changes, and we're living more presently in the moment in 226. It's kind of a release off our shoulders. The burden that we were carrying up till now is like the year of the 9 year is gone, and the new beginnings of the 1 year is coming, and they're showing me also celebrations coming forth for you as well. A lot more lightheartedness, but it's very raw, it's very new, trying new things. It's more of a try out rather than a we know absolute. But coming from your own individual perspective of who you are. So a few things fell out here. We had the Five of Wands and the Queen of Swords come out. So see, with the Five of Swords Five of Wands being in reverse here, finally letting go of the push-pull system that we were in, no longer grabbing, somebody annoys you and you kind of you get annoyed, so you push back. All of that, that's sort of going wayside. It's been replaced by you knowing your truth. This tug of war system and reality that you've been in is being replaced by knowing your truth and holding that sword of clarity within yourself. Of she's a female, right? But she's got this heavy sword in her hand. But so she needs to know to be able to handle it, and showing me the sword representing the mind, to be able to know how to wield it, that it can slice through any opposing a problem that's coming towards you. You can just slice it and just go, nah, I know exactly how to wield with ease my mind to be able to speak the truth, to be able to cut you down. And that means that you won't allow a narcissist around you anymore. You are no longer a victim, and that means the narcissist now needs to turn around and look at themselves, because narcissists always feel like they're the victim as well. That's why they do what they do. They try to control their outside reality because they cannot control their own minds. And they try to control you because you are an easy target if you are a victim, because you're projecting or you're a reflection to their own victim within themselves. So that clarity of understanding that means that you are no longer the victim. So when they do speak and try to cover up, say something that is kind of the truth, but they're using it against you, you just cut them down and speak something. Yes, that there's kind of like that you're chopping through that narcissism. It's not happening. Funnily enough, the first card that fell that I actually put back in the deck was the Devil in reverse. And so that would mean the same sort of thing. a narcissist that has been broken. So if you imagine that when you've come back into your mind and you've found clarity within yourself, you're no longer a victim, you know that you can trust your own vibration, your own soul's navigation, then that was a mere reflection. That narcissism and victimization was a mere reflection of our leadership. Our guidance, those that we actually trusted, were narcissists. Many of them were. I mean, I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying many of them were. And the way that they played games with the public and that sort of thing. So I feel in 226, the games will start to fall as the people will rise into understanding that they are the same power as what they are pushing against, and that there was always another way around their game that they were playing. And their game is very limited. And so if we open or expand our horizons, expand our wisdom, we will always find another path around their limited concept of reality, which they cannot cover everything. They can't make a rule for everything, because this reality is an expansion of any possibility can happen. It always has been. It's just that we have been playing the game of limitation with them because we fell into a victimized scenario of ourselves. And so I'm feeling in 226, it's going to be an opening of that. And this is why they're showing me at the beginning when I was channeling the crumbling of those sectors. You'll start to see that happening. It might not be all of them, but it will be a start that you'll go, aha. There's the break, there's the start of a crumbling of these big businesses, so-called businesses. They're even showing me that the dynamics of Woolworths and stuff like that, the people that have been operating the food market, and then the people turning around and going, you know what, we really aren't going to play your game anymore. We are going to start to grow our own vegetables and stuff like that. There's something about nurturing oneself, and in reflection, when you start to nurture yourself and nurture your mind in a beautiful way, naturally the outside world wants to nurture you as well. So you'll find your soul directs you towards the people that are like the farmers and that are creating, now starting to realize they can create a business outside of that mainstream, and it's actually going to start working. It's going to start to see the workings of it. So new businesses, just like, so for instance, you've been working at this business for about 3 or 4 years, and you just kind of making it float. Now we're going to see those businesses actually making a profit, little profits, and those profits are going to make these people the people who started the business realize this is going to work, this can work in a big way. So yeah, there's going to be a lot more of those businesses coming out with the so-called seconds of food and that sort of thing, because it's not going to be, there's going to be a shift within. They keep showing me the food quarter. There's going to be a shift within, not spraying so much, not being in control. They're not going to be able to control them so much. It's like they're shifting their attention more to a new way of growing with the natural ways, going back to the old ways, using so-called weeds as the natural pesticides, allowing the bugs to come in, do their work properly. Noticing the sickness of a plant is due to the wrong place to have planted it. Energy didn't want it to be planted there. There's something about more of a wholeness when it comes to food. I don't know much about food or anything, but they're bringing that up a lot at the moment, so that's interesting. And it's all a reflection of us nurturing ourselves. Okay, the next card that I got is the Queen of Wands. And how cool is this, that we have the Five of Wands in reverse. The fight's over. No longer fighting. We're now using our imagination to discover new things. We're getting clarity with the speaking up of our truth. And now we're standing. This is a queen of action. She knows where to put her wand and when to take it up and when to actually physically, like, the wand to me is, they'll always show me in the past that the wand is something that you can battle with. But I'm also seeing it as the physical side of humanity, actually putting things into place. We're grounding things. We're actually going to make a physical action in this reality to create the businesses that we want. It's not, yeah, and she's coming from that feminine side. There's a lot of faith, there's a lot of trust, there's a lot of knowing we're in the right place at the right time as we go along. And also trying things differently. And it might feel in 226, when you try something differently, it feels a little awkward. Because strangely enough, I flicked my fringe over to the other side of my face that I usually do. And I've never done it this way before. I think I tried it yesterday. But anyways, I just started doing that. And they were showing me that in 226, many of us are going, and it feels awkward. It's kind of like a little annoying, but I want to train it a different way. So it's like a training game. They were saying before I came on, that's 226. We're training to try something in a different way. The way that we're working is going to be in a different way. Okay, I'll grab another deck and see what else comes through. For those that are watching this in present and in the future for 226 or next year. If you do watch this in 226, then this might be relevant for you in the next year for yourself. I mean, what's happening to humanity, obviously, that's going to be 226. But schizophrenia in reverse. We're finally starting to see the light. So somebody who, to me, is schizophrenic is someone who's seeing a lot more outside of themselves, but they're still very muddled within their own heads. They're very scared of what they're seeing. So I feel like in 226, we're not going to be so scared anymore. We're not going to be so scared anymore of that part of ourselves that we were programmed as somebody programmed you to say you were crazy. And it's like, you know what, I am not taking that anymore. Yes, I see it. I see why you say that, because you don't understand. But say, for instance, in 226, all of a sudden you start to see, I don't know, light balls coming in front of you. And those light balls, whenever something shows up in your reality that's different, and it starts to talk to you as your grandmother that's passed or something like that. And in the past, it would have been seen as a schizophrenic kind of a thing. But I'm seeing in 226, it's like, yeah, no, I know who I am, and I know who I'm talking to. And I am starting to really solidify that in my reality and take it as my authentic truth and know who I am in 226. And so the so-called crazy thing, which was starting off in your mind, remember, because you were doubting yourself. And so that brings in the people that doubt and the problems that come with that doubt. And when you say, no, I know myself and I'm happy loving who I am, a lot more psychic people, a lot more feminine, happy loving who I am, a lot more psychic people, a lot more feminine psychics are going to come up out of the woodwork as speaking more truths. Now, they want me to say before I go on, with absolute, while we're going through these shifts and changes, and we're still learning in 226, the psychic ability is still on a training ground. So it's not 100% correct. It won't be 100% correct until you have absolute clarity, and then you're in another dimension. You probably have other gifts like telepathy, telekinesis, and teleportation, and all that sort of stuff anyway, when it's 100%. So through these training grounds in 2026, don't be so hard on yourself if you don't get it right. And they're showing me, remember, logic was never 100% either. So logic was never absolute. You know, we have scientists that change their mind all the time. We have things that come out. Coffee is good for you. Coffee is not good for you. You know, when your baby's born, turn it on the front. And then I had another baby like 13 years later, and they said, when your baby's born, turn it on their back. And they switched it up. Like, they keep on changing the rules. And so logic isn't 100% either. So we can't turn around and say a logical masculine man come up to us that is, and we're now in the training ground of psychicness, and turn around and say to us, oh, you're wrong, so that means you're wrong for everything. No, I would turn around to that logic and go, so you're 100% even though you're logical. No, they are not. We are in a training ground and we're learning. And the more clarity that we have, then we get 100%. Not everybody has a photographic memory. That's logic, using logic at its pinnacle. And not everyone has a understanding of all of their past lives, and that's the intuition. See, so you can't turn around and put that in. Look what's on the back that they show me, celebrations. So yeah, definitely celebrations coming up for 226. So those that have done the work. Anyways, hey everyone in the chat bar. Angel 101, Miramali, nice little messages at the beginning. Thank you. Jeannie, Diana. Okay, we have one that's come up and it's called the conditioning card. This is literally breaking through of the system. Definitely, we are turning into the lion now. We are uncovering that self. I want to get something else with that card for some reason. So the other two cards that came up were celebrations, which I did pull up and I put it back in the deck, and living moment to moment. So this conditioning card of being authentic. I see this card now as, are you being authentically you in living in the moment in 226? That's what you have to do. You have to live in the moment to be authentic, to take off that sheep's clothing. And you're no longer using your power to direct the people. You're using your power to shine your light and be a guiding light. And that means that you are inviting into your reality in 226 many celebrations. I love how these cards, like this card, especially the celebrations card, is similar to the wallpaper that's behind me. I'm just seeing celebrations. So yeah, 226, a lot of celebrations coming in for you. Okay, I'm grabbing another deck and then I'm going to get a couple of oracle cards as well. Celebrations coming in for you, but remember, this is all living in the moment. So even in a celebration, we don't hold on to it. As soon as we hold on to something, we are not living in the moment. They're also showing me, weirdly enough, in this moment-to-moment card, see those buildings, those block buildings? They're fading, and they're in the front here, and I've never really noticed them before, but they're all see-through and they're fading, like you're walking through the last matrix with ease. You're floating through the matrix that was held up by the architectural, the cube architectural limitations. And they showed me the cubes because that was an actual matrix pulled over us that trapped us into buildings and stuff. And you're like free. You're free with all the colors. You're like dancing through this. No longer, do I want these cards? Yeah, okay. Okay, so we have two cards that fell out. We have the Page of Wands. See, we've got a lot of these wands coming up. Sorry, I'm just going to flick my fringe over. We have a lot of these wands coming up. This is newness, new businesses. Dream, like, yeah, 3 of Wands, more wands. Wow. Definitely putting your dreams into action. Like, this guy is dreaming, but there's wands around him. Like, you have all the tools now to build upon this, to make this happen, to bring this into completion. I'm getting some oracle cards. Loving who you are in the moment is another big thing that's going to help you. And I'm talking every sort of thing, like giving your, even the showing me, giving your body the freedom to not be so, don't condemn it all the time and make it feel like just because you're a little bit overweight here or whatever. It's not that. Like acceptance of the body for some reason is going to help you find freedom in this world of being able to express yourself better. Okay, we'll go with that. We have goals and peace. So very similar. 226 is all about bringing in these new goals, like lifting them into the, yeah, like the balloons are like traveling as well. Bringing in these new goals through inner peace. You know where you're going now. It's like an absolute of, that's it. I know who I am and I can change myself at any given moment. I don't have to be stuck. You know how you say to yourself, I'm going to build this business, and then you tell your partner, I'm going to do this. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, well, a few days later, you started and you're like, it just doesn't feel right. I need to tweak it here, which makes a totally different business. And then you say to your partner, I'm going to do this. And then your partner turns around and goes, oh, you're too wishy-washy. You've got to stick to one thing. And I'm feeling that, no, I feel like in 226, if you change up a few times, it's at least getting you closer to clarity of you coming into alignment with your passions, but your mission, your reasons for being here. But it's a tweaking process because you are shifting out of what was built on what had to be and shifting into an unknown reality. This is a new path, an unknown thing. So we have to kind of let ourselves be expressive in the moment of what we feel like in that moment. And if you have to put the business aside for a couple of months and go have a holiday and go have fun and enjoy your life, do that, because really, why are you building anything? It is to enjoy your life. So if you already found enjoyment without the business, then that is what you should be moving towards. And the more you enjoy, you probably end up going on that holiday and meeting people that are actually going to help you with your business anyway, because you're in such a high vibe. It's staying in these high vibes that mean more than so-called building the business, but the business could be part of your mission. So they're kind of like folding it up like an apple turnover, folding it up and still using it as the game that we're playing to make yourself feel good, because those with missions will follow the business side because it comes from their soul, and they know that if they stop doing it, they would have no purpose in being here. So their purpose is driven through the soul to create the business anyway. So yeah, for some reason we're bringing up a lot about businesses being created in 226, but don't stay stuck. Let the flow happen. This is the following the soul and the feminine side. The masculine likes to have things of clarity and direct, and they like, that's it, and you just go for it. And that's absolutely fantastic when you know with clarity what you're actually doing. But if you're still figuring this out, or still know that we have to tweak things, then allow the tweaking to happen. And when you find clarity, absolutely use your masculine to drive that forward. Masculine side to drive it forward. Okay. Well, we have a couple that's fallen out here. A loved one from the past will re-enter your life. So I've got the fortune teller. So this is that connection. Doing this all wrong. This is that connection that I was bringing up at the beginning, funnily enough, about love. Like the veil is thinning between this reality and the reality that where people have passed over into. So ghosts won't be ghosts anymore. Ghosts will be a non and void kind of a word. It will be more of, oh yeah, I had a conversation with my past grandparents and grandmother, and she's told me of the recipe, the added ingredients for this, so that she could help add into the business that I'm creating, or whatever it is. So the veil is thinning because we are no longer allowing the schizophrenia. We're allowing the feminine part of ourselves to be part of our reality as well. We're no longer hiding or oppressing that part of ourselves. And so with that comes this kind of weird magic that happens from the logical point of view, masculine point of view. And they are going to see this appearing, or like people are standing in their authentic truth of knowing who they are, and they're showing me people finding things that were lost, and then the masculine go, whoa, how did that even happen? Oh well, my grandmother told me that in a dream, that sort of thing. So you are now, the veil is definitely thinning in 226 between those that have passed, and they're showing me now the tree and Avatar where she twirled her hair around the tree and connected. There's a connection that's happening because you're connecting to your soul. You're also connecting to those that have passed. They're showing me the Three of Cups, a connection that's happening between the living and those that have passed over, because it was always there, but we denied ourselves that truth because we denied the feminine aspect of ourselves that could connect to that, because we denied ourselves of connection to our soul, and they are living more in a soul frequency. They are a soul, now a soul in a soul frequency. So if we deny our own soul, we deny our connection to those that have passed over. So that's going to be awoken in 226 as well. We also have a forgotten spell will bring you unexpected blessings. So yeah, things that were forgotten in the past are going to come to light in 226. Oh my God, I had this gift. Oh my God, these forgotten things. And it's so weird that those two come together. And before I even read this card about forgotten spell, it matches with what I was saying about the people that are past. So they're going to bring forth, you're opening, you're expanding your reality into this feminine side of yourself and connecting to your soul. And so too does those that have passed come into your reality again. And then they're showing me my fringe falling again. So it's going to feel a little awkward maybe at the beginning, but just take your time with this, like ride through it, just glide through it and live in the moment with it. Don't hold on to it. If you get messages, don't go, oh my God, I have to hold on to that message. You're not allowing another message to come through for the next day or the next day. If you're holding on to this other message, write it down if you have to, so you don't forget, if you want to keep it safe, so that you can show somebody else. But don't hold on to anything. Really, really learn to live in the moment and embrace this new way of doing things. Okay, do we want any more cards before we open up the chat bar? Yes, a couple more. Very cool. So 226 is going to be very magical for those that have done the work. They're going to sidestep a lot of these problems. They're going to find their intuition will take them, like if they're in a place that's going to rock, or there's a lot of disharmony through the other side of the coin where they're holding on to the old matrix still, and they're definitely going to get these pulls to move, or pulls to go on a holiday in that moment, or whatever it is, and they won't be stuck or caught in the problem. They're showing me when I went to New Zealand, there was floods over here. And then I went to New York, and when I left New York, there was floods over there. Showed me, I just kind of jump out of the problems because it's not really relevant for my energy. And my energy will take me somewhere else. And then I'm listening to my intuition, so I trust that. Even if I'm a little afraid of taking those leaps, and I was a little afraid to take those leaps of faith into that. Wasn't the easiest path I took for myself, for sure. Okay, messages for 226, please. Okay. Archangel Raziel, wisdom, inspiration, and Akashic records. So definitely tuning into new gifts in 226. Letting the child be reborn. For some reason, they're saying that. The child within you already knows your connection to your soul. That connection is going to be rebirthed in 226. Learning a new path and becoming the teacher for others. So 226 is you learning how to be the guide for others, because you have to learn this new path. As a light worker, as those that have come from, the depths and the darkness and all of that, and now you finally unraveled it. It doesn't matter what's happening in your outside reality. It's all set up for you to learn a new path in 226, and accept that as with gratitude. Even though it's completely feels discombobulated from the logical mind's point of view, it's meant to, because we have to break down that logical mind to be able to access the gifts that are coming in from the intuitive side. So the 226, we're going to now learn this new path, and then we become, like they show me, this book is full of light. We become the Akashic record for those to tune into in a grounded fashion, literally birthing that on earth as we move forward. Because people will see us do it with these really newfangled gifts and different ways of doing things. And it's not just they're saying the 3 T's, which I bring up a lot: telekinesis, teleportation, and telepathy. It's not just those 3. There is these ways of using those gifts to bring in a whole new gift that you individually uniquely have. Understanding things a lot more, understanding life on Earth and in connection to plant lives and stuff like that. Sacred geometry when it comes to plants and all of that sort of thing, and the vibration that they hold. The sacred geometry is actually showing you the medicine that they have. You can see the way that the plant actually grows, and it has a certain sacred geometry within it, and that is gifting you. Well, now I know that that is going to heal blah blah blah, because that specific pattern will help you and will make you realize that is actually here to help a certain ailment, something like that. I'm just giving you a little glimmer of different things that can come up. The things that you collect a lot, look at that. For some reason that's coming up. So if you collect a lot of, I don't know, different animals and stuff like that, there's a shamanic resonance that goes with that. Also showing me things that you collect were giving you delight, and so that delight that you had, feel into that feeling, because there's something there that's connected to your soul and your soul's past lives and what you actually did and experience in the past life, so that you can gain more truth about who you are authentically, because we are now starting in 226 to gain the truth of ourselves from a soul's point of view. And there's a lot of clues that are really weird that are going to come to you. That's why we pulled up the synchronicity guidance in the yesterday's reading, because that's relevant to your soul speaking to you. Okay, so that's happening. Is there anything else we need to do? I'm packing up, so I'm obviously getting ready for helping you guys, and doing some free readings if you want. So if you want a free reading, just say yes please, and I will know that you are asking for that reading to have happen. We'll go there. Okay, we'll grab these. I'll just get one clarify situation for 226 while we're waiting. Unlock your heart, embrace vulnerability, let love guide your journey to self-discovery. So that's the card, that's the message for 226, if you want to know. Okay, let's go. Tuning into chat bar peoples. Let me get some water. Miramella absolutely confirmed everything as always. I love that. I love that my team has got the same messages coming to them. This is just beautiful. Yay. Okay. Because it's together, when we come together with the same message, we become more powerful. And it becomes an absolute too. Okay, Tama. I don't know why they're bringing up your logo. Yin within the yang, yin within the yang. Not everything is black and white. There is always a yang within the yang. See the gifts beyond the illusion. Is this for 226? Let's do this for 226 for the chat bar. From now till 226. Okay, from now till 226. So this can happen in the next couple of months, or it could happen in 226. But they really are pulling me for you, Tama, to understand that when something so-called negative happens, there is always a glimmer of something beautiful within that spark. So to seek for the gratitude in the experiences. Okay. And any cards for Tama, please. From here till 220 through 226. Yep. So we have the Seven of Wands. Defending oneself. Standing strong. For showing me you setting new boundaries. You're not in for it for the attack. You realize if you were, then you would always have these others, you know, tugging at you. But it's kind of like I feel a different feeling. Usually I say, don't pick up the wand, because you're going to have 6 others pointing at you as soon as you pick up your wand. But I don't feel that with you with this. I feel this with you learning your boundaries and standing strong and knowing who you are. And you kind of calmly, like this man almost looks like he's calmly standing there. To me, that's the feeling I'm getting. It's like, I know who I am now. And the rest of them just kind of, the rest of the wands coming at you are falling away. So you're definitely going to find your authentic truth, your authentic self, from now till through 226. Empowerment of the soul, grounding or connecting with you in 226. And I feel like this is a message too for others as well out there. If you feel this is a message for you as well. I'm not getting any more cards for you, Tama, so I'll leave it at that. Jeannie. As soon as I said your name, the King of Pentacles comes out. So there could be somebody that's coming in that is more logically based. He's an abundant man. He knows who he is, and he's coming into your circle or into your reality. And it's like, oh, well, you have this gift, and I see your gift, but you don't understand my gift. But I can help you with understand more of yourself through my gift, and you can help me with what you've collected over the years through logically manifesting. So yes, somebody new coming into your reality that's going to, I think there's almost like a collaboration, or maybe more people coming into your reality that are very logically based, that are going to be open to your understanding, your ways of living, and what you've found. And share. There's a lot more sharing of this, and from now till 226 for you. And the death of the old ways. So no longer getting upset because somebody doesn't think the way you do. You just see I think you did that way in the past. And so I'm seeing you now, seeing it as an opportunity for yourself, rather than an opportunity of a new beginning, rather than a death. When we see the death card as an opportunity, death is number 13. And it's so interesting. So much is shifting in 226. Oh my God, they're giving me a powerful message here. So much is shifting in 226. because though that which was hidden is now going to be unveiled. The number 13 was always condemned because it was hidden from reality. It held a lot of feminine power, and that was because there was no fear in shifting and changing. And so yeah, that's kind of like there's something else going on there in 226. An uncovering of something, and you're kind of helping me with your energy, Jeannie, to bring that forward. That's what happens sometimes when I tap into somebody, because I can literally feel your understanding that all that was condemned is now not going to be. It's going to be seen as gifts coming up in 226. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Sorry, Jeannie. Okay, all is one. All is one. So these are short messages, obviously, and I am open to one-on-one readings, soul readings, and stuff like that. The link is down below if you are inclined to have a reading with me. I have kept my prices, the 1 hour ones, low at the moment. No, I probably will for a little while. The moon. So all is one. You got the moon. Something being uncovered for you from now till and in 226. Something being uncovered for you. You're going to see through new eyes. That which was fear is now going to be the pearl. That which was unknown is now going to come forth for you and show you a way, a gift or something. Oh my gosh. I'm literally feeling a little woozy with you, all as one, like a little dizzy with that message. So I think it's going to feel a little discombobulating, almost like a download or a frequency shift within you that is so profound it will change much. It will change a lot. And that's why I'm feeling a little lightheaded. We have the 7 of Wands for you as well. So you're definitely finding your boundaries, but I also see the fight is over. You realize, I think you're going to finally realize that the fight was always within your own self, your own mind. And now, as you move forward in 226, that's what you can change. And that's where you start to realize, see through the illusion. And you never had to project yourself outside of yourself to fight anything. It was this that you had to change. It was a new perspective of the way that you're thinking. It's going to change everything for you. It's like a tweaking or something you've been waiting for, but you never saw that it was something that you had to deal with it from within yourself. You thought it was something you were waiting for outside of you. It's going to shift the whole way that you think about everything. Anyway, so yeah. Okay. C. You're welcome. Yes, please, and thank you kindly. Beautiful reading. You're welcome. I haven't seen you in the chat bar. That's a new person. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our beautiful family. Okay. C. C for now until and through 226. They're showing me an image of for some reason your logo as well, and the top hat toppling off. And magic. Okay. Okay. What else? A whole heap of cards wanted to come out, and I don't usually take this many cards in short readings. But I think they've all got a message. We've got the Page of Swords, we've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So these are the cards that we have. Okay. I do feel a profound shift with you as well. Definitely something you're going to try to put into action. They want you to realize that whenever an action doesn't work from now on, to go back in and shift your way of thinking. The Ace of Cups in reverse. Something wants to come forth through your heart, like something wants to come forth, and they're showing me navigating. You're going between worlds. I think you're going to go between worlds, in this from here till the end of 226. It's going to be a back and forth kind of a throw of, and what you're trying to reach is the Ace of Cups upright. You're trying to reach your heart's desires, coming into, because beyond this, there's psychic gifts are coming forth. That which was magic in your past, it's kind of like, and this is why they're showing me the hat toppling off. It's like magic that you were playing with in the past is nothing on what is in your heart. The magic in your heart is profoundly more powerful. But to get there, there's like a navigation between trying something and then pulling back and asking yourself to navigate through the mind, the truth of the mind. In other words, it's not working. So instead of saying, I'm going to blame this person or project onto all of that's not working and go, it's never working for me, I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to come back into the clarity of myself. Where am I going? Where am I going? What does my heart really want for this to happen? Oh, I have a feeling of I would really feel happy when this happens. Okay, what's blocking this? Ask questions, like showing me, get into that. Get into the spaces of your mind. Ask the questions. Like keep on asking, because something wants to come forth for you that is beyond what you were doing in the past. Like little magic turning into big magic. Little magic turning into big. They're showing me this magician that I saw, and he was like doing magic things, but he was physically forcing the magic instead of it coming from the soul and it just appearing. Yeah, it's something that you becoming more of a inner magician. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Okay, Mirror Mally, we have the magician. Just as I'm talking about the magician with C, how we got the magician for Mirror Mally. So you have all the tools already needed now. You know how to navigate the physical side of things. You know when to come back to the mind and tweak it. You know how to recognize your heart's desires and connection to your soul, and manifesting material wealth or abundance around you to feel safe in this world. So now they're showing me 7 of Cups literally landed on its head. 7 of Cups, which is all to do with the imagination and new paths, but it literally landed on its head. And then the card that was at the foot of it was the 9 of Swords in reverse. Through the dark, you find the clues. Through the dark, you find the clues. You are, from here on till the end of 26, are going to shift something from your past, a past life that held you in some sort of unworthy state, and it's given you up till now nightmares, but now you're starting to see through it. It's like a feeling, a feeling that comes over you. You're going on in your life really good, and then and you're like, why does that even happen? It's because it's something from a past life that you weren't ready to look at, and you are going to be ready to look at And you need to use your imagination to look at this, because that's where it's held within the memory of the soul. And the memory of the soul is held within the imagination. So it's turned on its head for you to be able to navigate life even better and be the sole magician of your reality, creating what you really desire rather than through the fears. So yeah, another big shift. I just see the power of 226 is huge. It's very cool. Imposter syndrome, we need to move beyond this. Okay, cool. Okay, so who else have I got here? Diana. Clear and release. So I had to clear and release Mirror Melly because she's got strong energy. And so is C. Okay, clear and release. Diana. The 2 cards are, or 3 cards have fallen out. We have the King of Pentacles. Something that's been slow moving in your reality is going to be rebirthed. It's you coming to realize that you are no longer the victim of your life. That's going to be rebirthing. It's the death of the victim. You are no longer going to be a victim in your life. And that is going to ground something that you've been waiting for. It's like a slow progression. And is it ever going to happen? Well, eventually it does, because the 9 of Pentacles will always bring forth the abundance that you need. But it is the slowest one. So it might be towards the end of the year of 226 or halfway through the year 226, because this is a year card. That was you away, or you have been working or waiting for years, and it's now going to come into fruition. It's sooner than expected. We're going to say sooner than expected. So maybe even what I said before could be sooner than expected. But it's to do with the alignment of you not being a victim anymore and rebirthing yourself as that, as not being the victim anymore, for that to shift, for this to shift for you. You're welcome, C. Okay. That was for Angel. Let's go to Angel 101. That was for Diana. Angel 101, we have the imagination and a victim card coming out as well. Okay, so sometimes when we go into the depths of our soul, we start to realize things that we thought were who we are, our personality, our persona of who we are, which has kept us small. We thought that's who we are. And you feeling into your imagination is going to, they're giving me a wobbly feeling. They're giving me like oh, do I want to go there? Yes, you do. Because you want to step out of this, so try something different. It's kind of like there's something in your imagination that you want to bring forth from your past. Otherwise, you can't navigate this next step. So write things down if they come up. They're even showing me, if you need to, go see a hypnotherapist and ask for a past life regression over this next year, because there's something there. And I think the wobbliness is, you know how if you stepped onto a boat and you felt that morning sickness kind of a feeling, you felt, that's something to do with that. I don't know why they're bringing that up, but there's something in your past life that's held in your imagination, can literally be cleared over this next year, that's going to give you a new perspective and out of that victimization as well. A lot of this is happening for all of us over the whole of those that have done the work. We've done the work, but it's like, and even though you've done the work, we're still moving through some sort of illusion that we're holding on to that's still keeping us a little victimized, because otherwise we would have everything that we really wanted. We would already have it. So if you don't have it, there's something there still. But it's the awareness of understanding how to do this, instead of in the past where you pushed the outside world and it never really worked, because even though it pushed it away for a minute, it always came back, even through somebody else or some other problem. Now we're learning to clear this completely. It's like, yeah, we have to go through it to clear it completely. I'm always worried I'm going to manifest stuff. Why would you be worried that you're going to manifest stuff unless you've got clarity of mind of where you want to go? So clarity of mind means that I am following my soul, my beautiful soul's desire, and in this moment I need this, and this moment I don't need this, and I'm trusting that game. And so there's no worry in that. It's living purely in the moment. The worry is coming from your logical mind that's keeping you from allowing your imagination to flow beautifully and trusting that much power to be used and beyond 226, or show me 227 and so forth. Once you get the hang of this, it's still, if it's coming from a worry, it's coming from a limit, it's coming from your logical mind. That's the worry. You're not trusting your power, yourself, who you are fully. You're not trusting your imagination either, which is a connection to your soul. So you're not trusting your soul. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah. Yeah, it is. You'll find it. You'll get it. This is the lesson that's going to happen over from here till 226. It's going to be great, because after that you're going to be empowered. So imagine that you know, and here we go, imagine that you know that whatever you bring in is for the benefit of all. And please maybe even say that. Everything I bring in is for the benefit of all. Others might not see it at the moment, but it doesn't, I don't need their validation. It's still for the benefit of it. It'll come from my heart. Yeah, you can't go wrong if you go from your heart. Okay, guys. Any case, I will leave it there. Love you all. And until next time I go live, and I might go live a little bit more often because I love this background. So we'll see what happens this weekend. I might come on this weekend and have some fun with you guys, or channel through some more messages, see what my team brings through. But look out for the next codes to a new reality message. It's on my new channel. That one's all about the feminine masculine power. It's very powerful because it's actually going to help you bring in your soul tribe, your soul mates. What else have we got? My AMAKEL school, I will have a lesson going on that lesson too. I'm going to keep backing the lessons from the little short video that I do on Codes to a New Reality. I'm going to back that onto my AMAKEL school. So if you want to just pay a few dollars, I think it's like, I don't know, $5 or $8 or something Australian, so it's hardly anything per month, and then you can have the lesson that's backed onto the video, and that's when I channel through. It's really cool, because the Matrix one that came up with all of these matrix codes that were coming over humanity, man, there was so many codes that came forth for that matrix, and you can even watch that one if you join. So anyways, it's there if you want to have a go, and if you want to book me a one-on-one, I'm here to have a one-on-one as well. Love you guys. Until next time. Bye.